December is here, and more conversations are going to circle around how people plan to spend the winter break. If you're like most of the families that I work with and my family, you are looking forward to the winter break from school and work. We have a lot of time, a lot of things that are still coming in these next few weeks, but having time away from our routine, from busy schedules, and looking forward to having that family time is something that I think many of us have in common. Today, I want to talk through 7 potential ways that you can spend your winter break and make the most of it. It might not be everything that you're thinking the options are, so stay tuned.
Hey there, I'm Courtney and I'm the founder of Confused to College Ready. With over 15 years experience as a mental health therapist turned school counselor, I am bringing my experience and expertise to help you navigate the college search experience. My goal is to serve students and their families and unlock the secrets to college searching. Stay tuned.
Hey there, I'm Courtney. I am the founder of Confused to College Ready, and I am so glad to be able to spend some time with you. I have over 16 years experience working with students and families, and I am incredibly passionate about the college and career search. What I want to do today is talk through 7 potential ways that you can spend your winter break and make sure that we are helping you pinpoint exactly what's going to be the right thing for your family. As moms and dads, we end up that there is a lot that's going on, and maybe this semester has just been overwhelming. It's felt like a lot, and it's something where you say, you know what? I don't know if I can take on one more possible thing. It's been too much. We just are done, and I need the time away. You're in luck. There are a couple of things that are on here just for you, but maybe you're saying, you know what? I feel like we're getting closer and time is running out. My kids are getting older. And as a mom of 2 boys, as my boys have gotten older, I'm realizing how critical and how quickly the time goes. So I'm going to give you several different options as far as how you can spend your time, whether it be something that you're focusing on the college break or you're spending some of your time focusing on your family and on yourself. So the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is to relax. This is a time where we've been going, like I said at the very beginning, we've been going a million miles an hour, and there are 100 different things that have been on our plates between holiday parties and different activities and all of the concerts. I was at one of those last night. It was lovely, but it was something that was outside of our normal routine and the normal things that we're doing. And you have 100 different things that are going on. And sometimes we get to the point where it's that holiday break, that winter break, and we say, I just need some time. Maybe your kids just need some time. Maybe your teenagers have been going a million miles an hour, just like you, with performing in those concerts or the games or their extracurricular activities and volunteer work and giving back to the community and your work parties and all of those. I had one of those last week too. We had a work party with my husband's work, and it was really enjoyable. But it goes back to how busy things have been and how busy they'll be in the next couple of weeks. So take some time to relax, enjoy your time with your family, read a book, play some games. That is actually one of my very favorite traditions that we have as a family, is that we enjoy playing games together. We did that as a family when I was growing up. We would have Friday nights were family nights, and we would play games, and we would have our, just the food that we enjoyed, and it would be something that we could go do together. Then with my own boys, we love to play games. And every New Year, this is one of my very favorite traditions, every single New Year's Eve, we come up with a list of different activities, and we write down on a piece of paper what those activities are. It might be playing someone's favorite board game. It might be playing it might be reading a book as a family, or it might be, we haven't done that one as much lately now that the boys have gotten older, but it could be playing a game. It could be, we actually make chocolate fondue every single New Year's Eve. And so we prepare that and we get ready and We talk about all of the things that we enjoyed. And so that's one of our ways to relax and have that family time. And we are creating some amazing memories. It's something I know that I look back fondly on the time, and it's something where I know that my boys are going to be able to do that too when they get older, as they are making their own traditions. So the first thing I want to say is just relax, read a book, spend some time, laugh, watch a movie, sleep in, put on your PJs or just comfy clothes and just enjoy some of that time. All right. So the second thing I want you to do, and I would love for you to encourage your student to do, is really reflect on this past semester. So it's been busy. There's been a lot going on, but the farther away that we get from it, the more likely we are to not remember some of those specific things. Maybe it's something that went incredibly well for your student. They had a much better semester and they developed some good study habits. They developed some ways to manage their time, several of those different things. And you want to encourage them to be able to continue that in the future semesters. And that's a great thing. Or maybe it was a challenging semester. And so you are having some conversations, and I think you also need to preface those conversations with, this isn't an in trouble thing. There might be consequences if grades aren't exactly what you wanted, but this isn't an in trouble thing. We just want to make sure that you have what you need moving forward to be able to have a better semester. Or things still went well, but maybe the semester is more challenging. Maybe you have some AP classes that are going to be coming your students' way. And so you really want to focus on them and making sure that they have what they need for the upcoming semester to be able to balance their time. So we're looking at relaxing. We are reflecting on last semester and what's going to be happening in the future, and make sure that we know and understand. And some of it, honestly, with going back to that second point, the last semester, maybe your student took a class that they thought they would absolutely despise. They weren't going to like it. This was the last choice. I didn't want to take it. I had to take a class for credit, and they got into it and they loved it. I've had that happen before. I had a student who sat in my office crying, and she was so upset. This is going to be horrible. This is going to ruin my opportunity and what I want to do in college because I didn't get the class that I wanted. And don't you know it? She turned around and brought it was an agricultural science class, and she ended up bringing me in a plant that they had some different sales, and part of they do a Mother's Day sale every year with what we grow in our greenhouse at my school. And she ended up that she brought me a plant, and she said, "Thank you for making sure that I still took this class." And I mean, all I did was tell her what the rules were and what we had to do, but she was very appreciative, and she ended up that she loved it. She ended up taking several other classes within that path, and it was such a good fit and opened up a whole new world for her. On the flip side of things, I have also seen where students think that this is absolutely what I want to do for the rest of my life. And then all of a sudden, don't you know, they get into the class and they think, oh no, this is terrible. Please, I don't want to do this. You couldn't even pay me to do it. And so then they're making some changes and updates. And that kind of brings us into this next thing I want to talk about. And so that's looking ahead at the next 4 years. And so maybe your student had one of those semesters and one of those classes kind of the light bulb lit, and they've decided this is what I want to focus on, or they said this is what I don't want to focus on. And so that might mean making some changes. But looking ahead over the next 4 years, for those of you that have seniors, you're really going to be taking some time to think about what are the next 4 years going to look like? How are we going to budget? How are we going to make sure? Maybe there are some last minute application kinds of things that you need to do, or there are some other pieces, and that's where some of senior year needs to focus. Or maybe it's something where you are looking with your junior and know that they're going to be in the process of applying to college in about the next 8 to 9 months. And that's something that you really want to make sure that you're getting ahead of things with that plan. Maybe you have a freshman and sophomore, or someone who is even younger in 8th grade, and you just think, okay, I need to get ahead of this because I know how busy we are. And so looking ahead at what's coming and how classes can be scheduled and what preferences are as far as those classes can be an absolutely incredible thing. So looking ahead at that 4-year plan. The next thing that I want to talk about is using some time to search for scholarships. If you haven't already, we actually have had several different podcast episodes recently about scholarships. Some of our live videos have talked about how you're going to pay for college, what that scholarship search looks like. I would encourage you, if you haven't already, go back and listen to some of those because I think it definitely can make a difference. So that was number 4. So right now, let's recap. We're going to relax. We're going to reflect on that last semester before it gets too far away. We want to take a look ahead at kind of the next 4 years and where we're focusing our time. Spend some time searching for scholarships. Number 5 is I want you and your family and your teenager to really make it a point to spend time as a family and with friends. This is the time when we have, maybe it's 10 days, maybe it's 2 weeks that students are going to be out of school, but this is a great time to have some of those family conversations, to be able to have, maybe you're going to go to a movie, maybe you are going to watch a movie from home, maybe you are going to play those games that we talked about, or you have some family traditions. Just use that time with family, make some of those great memories and enjoy it. All right, so the next thing, number 6, I want to encourage you to look at college visits. Now, this might be something where you look at the visits and it's a virtual visit. Maybe you are looking at watching a webinar on the computer. Maybe you are setting aside some time to research the local area where your student is going to be. Maybe you're flying to an area that you don't normally live in, and there happens to be a college that's close by. Even if it's not one that your student is necessarily interested in, it could help for you to even drive through the campus and just see, okay, you know what, this is a bigger campus. What are your thoughts about that? Can you see yourself being here? Or is that something where it's too big, or is it too small, or does it feel just right? So you can take some time, see how the campus feels, be able to use that. Even if you're not interested in that particular college, you can use those visits to see, is it something that on that size of campus or that size of college, is that something that you feel like would be a good fit? And so some of it too is really looking at, even if you're driving, not necessarily flying, it could be that you're going farther away, but maybe you're driving to go to aunt and uncle's or grandparents' house or something like that. And so from there, what you do is, as you go through, and there might be a college that's near, drive through the campus and see what things look like. And still, all of those same reflection points are the same, no matter whether you're flying somewhere or it's close, or maybe it's in the city that's right next to you. And you think, you know what? I don't know that we've driven through here intentionally focused on what would it be like if this was your student's college campus. Okay, so before we get into our final point, I just want to say, I hope that you'll have a great winter break. I hope you enjoy it. We also have covered a lot, and we have one more opportunity for you to consider. If this is something that you feel like you are interested in setting up some time to talk and go and dive a little bit deeper on that content and be able to find out, okay, how do we take this and apply it specifically to my student so that you all can have some of those good conversations at home? I would love to set up a consultation and really go into the specific details of your situation and what you are looking for. If that is something that you would be interested in, I'm setting up some free 15-minute consultations just to kind of talk through some of the pieces of this potential search. I would love to do that. If you know that it is something that you want to be able to have some additional conversations with me, that you know right now, you know what, Courtney, we want to be able to set up some time now to talk with you. I think it would be good to talk in the spring. We can also talk through what that would look like. So you can send me an email at admin@confusedtoready.com, or you can send me a message on Facebook or Instagram at Confused to College Ready. And just send me a message that says deeper, or that says consultation, and we can really talk through. So Deeper is going to be that free 15-minute call, and we'll talk through things. If you're really interested in the consultation piece and having some additional work, I would love to share more with you about what that looks like and how we can make sure that you're making the most of your time. So the other thing that you can do if you really haven't gotten started with this college search, we do have a free guide for you on how to start or expand the college search. And I would love to be able to give you some additional information about what that looks like and what steps you can take. So if you go to confusedtoready.com/how to start. Okay, so now let's get into that last point. Well, let me recap. So we're going to relax. We're going to reflect on the past semester before we get too far away from it. Your third option is you really can look ahead at that 4-year plan. The fourth option is searching for scholarships. And so go back and listen to those previous podcast episodes. Number 5 is looking at that time with family and friends. Number 6 is going to be looking at college visits. And number 7 is going to be finding out what are the different summer opportunities that are available for your student. This could be maybe they need a paying job, and so they're going to find somewhere local that they are able to work. Maybe it's something where they want to be able to job shadow someone and be able to learn more about what they're doing, or an internship with a local company or the hospital, some volunteer work, or something that they are super, super passionate about, and being able to look into that summer opportunity and find out a little bit more about how they can gain experience. And so there are a lot of different options as far as summer opportunities. It might be something at the high school. Maybe there are some different camps or where they could be employed, or where they even would be able to have the opportunity to learn and have it focused on their interests or their education for the upcoming year. So I hope that has been helpful. I am really excited about the opportunity to be able to chat with you all more. So remember, you can email me admin@confusedtoready.com. If you want to set up that free 15 minutes, you can send me an email or a message and just say Deeper. And I hope that you all have a fantastic rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care. Bye for now.
Thank you so much for listening to our podcast. Please subscribe so you don't miss any future episodes. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook at Confused to Ready, and download our free guide on how to start or expand your college search at confusedtoready.com/how to start.